So I want to do a quick little story time, and I hope it can be like inspirational to somebody, just because I've gotten where I've gotten based off the prayers of others and blessings I receive for operating the way that I operate in life, which is very much bizarre and adaptive with a lot of humility. So essentially, when I graduated from college, I moved to Texas. I had to stay with my sibling, and this was just after having my own stuff for the first time as a young adult, and basically giving it all up just to begin this new journey in Texas, which I wasn't really sure what I wanted out of it. So basically, I started working out here at Family Dollar, and when I worked at Family Dollar, I was a assistant manager. I was so ashamed because I had a Bachelor's of Science in Cellular Molecular Biology, and I was working as an assistant manager in like a retail store, and it was like a dollar store, and I was so ashamed. But I was applying to other places, and I did an interview for one, and they never called me back. So then eventually, like the Family Dollar situation was getting out of line, and I felt like I was gonna get robbed because I was off like I was in the hood. I was like deep in the hood at the dollar store, and I was like, yeah. So it was making me uncomfortable, and it was crazy because I had quit. And when I had quit, it was like my sister was like, "Girl, you ain't got no job, you ain't got no money. This is weird." And then I let it rock, and it was like a week later, the lab that didn't call me back had called me back. They basically hired another girl, wasn't making enough money, then fired her, and then needed help again. And then instead of like getting her back, they hit me up, and that's how I got my first laboratory position. And it was so rewarding because it was in a field that I've never even heard of. I was literally just trying to be a scientist and, continue on after getting this biology degree, just because I was very much interested in science and wanted to keep pursuing different aspects of it, because science is so fun because you'll never know everything. There's always something to learn. Like I had learned about botany, plant physiology, ecology. Like it was just so much to learn in school and so many classes that I wanted to take. I used to like drop into people's psychology classes and not even get a grade, just listen to concepts, just going to people's black studies class, learning these different revolutionary acts that have gone on in the world. And I was in a francophone, francophone class, learned about the French countries in Africa and how they even got established as French countries and whatnot, and just filling myself up with knowledge. So that's what I do naturally, and I love science because that gives me like the avenue to continuously do that and not really get side eyed because they're like, oh, she's a scientist. This is, big brain, big head. Yeah, so just being a part of that experience in the laboratory gave me an insight to like DNA particles on a whole new level, because now I know DNA particles can be used to like detect pathogens. Like I can use pretty much any specimen and extract DNA from it. Like I can use poop. I can extract DNA from poop. I can use spit. I can extract DNA from spit, from snot, from tissues, and find out if they're cancerous. So it was just giving me, like, just like, just filling up with just this knowledge and whatnot. And yeah, and now I'm in this place in my life today to where it's like I want more. Because there's just always so much to learn, so much to know. And every department I get in, it's beneficial because it helps me understand other departments. Like once you start tying in departments, then you're really going somewhere. Okay, for instance, I remember I had got a critical in hematology, and it was in the coag department. And coag, it gives me like a little anxiety just because it's just such a weird spot. Like coagulation, like what? Like blood clotting disorders and whatnot. Because, blood clots got to do with your like platelets and clotting factors and whatnot. So, I remember when I got like a critical, it was like a critical PTT. And so like a PTT is basically measuring like like your body's ability to clot itself. So I had got a critical. I was just like, oh, there's like a clotting issue that's going on with one of my patients. And it was like, because it was the chemistry tech. The chemistry tech was like, really? I just called a troponin critical. And I was like, troponin is like a cardiac marker. So what does a cardiac marker and blood clots have to do with one another? Oh, a cardiac marker is literally like, hey, this person has heart damage. And a PTT is like, hey, there is there's a lot of abnormal clotting going on. Oh, this person was experiencing a heart attack, blood clots, heart damage based off the troponin critical and critical clotting. And it was just a beautiful way to like literally make the laboratory all make sense. Like what we're all doing at these different levels have a real story that's being told inside this person's body. So yeah, just being able to get this opportunity from nowhere and starting out at like Family Dollar and then even getting to a level where I was supervising laboratory and making sure that it stayed in compliance and making sure that these patients have quality samples being produced. It has been like monumental in my view of myself, because just knowing that I can do that for people is very much rewarding. Yeah, so this was basically my little from Family Dollar to laboratory supervisor series. Not series, that was just my like little talk or whatever. But yeah, that's basically what I did to get where I'm at. Just literally stayed on the laboratory diagnostics side, and it has yet to fail me. Do you guys have any weird transitions within whatever careers you're in? Like, did you start off at a very uncomfortable spot and then it's like a butterfly? Because I feel like my caterpillar moment for sure was working as a lab, not lab, as a manager, assistant manager at Family Dollar to a laboratory supervisor in a diagnostic lab. Big transition. Like, do you guys have something similar going on? Please let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching my rough and pink video. It's gonna get a little bit more rough, so bear with me.